says, and the thing about Glenn's vision is everything that he's told me, he's actually been able to do.
It was an international jump from St Albans to then being in Dublin to this location. And we still get the pizza from across the road.
Yeah, bring it
still
over.
there, to be fair. So Paddy's still doing his days in here?
Paddy's here on Friday, yeah. Or sometimes he's there on Drumcondra.
Okay.
He likes it up there.
Between?
It's close to his gaff.
Okay. And then we've got Zed.
Zed, Owen, Isaac, and Oscar. That shop's up at 15, 16 already, like, it's busy, bro. Every day, bro, it's just stacked, like, every day. Every day.
Nice.
But it's just still, like, there's still 30% left in it, and that 30%, bro, would make the shop so good, bro. That last 30%, it'd actually be one of the cleanest shops ever. Like, when you see it, there's just little things, bro, that when that last little bit goes into it, it's a banger, bro.
And that's planned for
That's
that
what's annoying me.
It's planned to have that 30% onto it, yeah?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
cool.
in time.
It's good, like,
Okay, cool.
Even on the numbers we're doing it, the shop costs 5.5.
Are you thinking of it's only
So we're 5 minutes from Angel Street. Are you telling me the clientele doesn't
Yeah,
overcross?
bro. So basically, the funny thing is, it's literally like, what was that, 5 minute walk, probably less? Around here is like a whole separate clientele, bro.
Yeah.
Like, the people that would work and associate around South Anne Street and Dawson Street, they wouldn't really mix with the people that would walk up and down Angel Street, if that makes sense. So, like,
Angel Street more student?
yeah, like, I suppose people that work here, they don't go as far as Angel Street, and vice versa. If you're studying on Angel Street or working on Angel Street,
You wouldn't come into town?
You probably wouldn't find yourself over this way that much unless you're grabbing the Lewis or whatever. But
Okay.
like, people that are around here tend to be here all day. They work here, offices, you know what I mean?
Is it a different type of person?
Slightly, yeah, kind of. I suppose, like, but even still, bro, now it's actually not. Do you know
No.
what? The more it's gone on, the
Yeah.
less. Again, we've got students that come here, but from the other
Right.
college,
Okay.
from Trinity College.
Yeah.
Like, this whole floor would need massive work. Like, that needs to be replastered. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just needs touching up, put some big mirrors on it, cover it up.
Be fine. Stations. Like,
It's a nice little space, man.
you would. Point your head there, of course.
Come on, mate.
There's bare space.
Hey! Good boys. How are you? Okay, that's a nice green.
Coffee too.
Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah.
The first store, and it's like, right, that's like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Do you guys use Arena and it's the movement side, like,
Of course.
comes it, but when you
I'm biased, but it is a really
outside-
interesting story. It's like, and the rapid pace of it and stuff, and all the different stories behind it and stuff. Well, that's what we want to try and expose. So
It's a culture, like.
Black stations all the way through, and a small logo.
smaller logo, leaving everything external the same. I want people who are with us, properly with us. Otherwise, it's just a waste of time.
That's it, Jordy. Grab the snap of the car, baby.
It'd be lovely if we could actually also get some of this bird muck cleaned up. Little spruce. Bup, 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 bup. This is all cool. This is all nice. That's not a huge job, and then that's not a massive job, and the shop will feel great.
We actually need to find something that we can just use going forward, don't we?
I'm going to try and find something. For example, tonight, as what I'm just
Let's
thinking.
do that. We'll have a little look and source something.
Bear in mind, this is not the this is the
actually
cheap
an
option.
issue.
This is a cheap option. This isn't like a. This is so I'm trying to get something done so we can do it at budget. I'm not saying it's what we do for every. For example, is like in Angel Street, what we put on the upper level. That, but in black. I don't think it should be any kind of like fake flooring or tile or wood, black or like even a very dark, solid kind of grey kind of feel. I've looked like it on Insta. I'm confident, and you can literally just cover it, so you don't even have to get. Doesn't have to be ripped up. No, not at all. That can go straight onto it.
We're messing with it, man. So I'm saying, buzz off from there.
Oh, I think for now, Men's by Leicester and Men's by Nottingham on 2 different accounts makes sense.
Okay.
To be honest.
Okay.
The Men's by Ireland account was set up about a year after opening the salons. We used to use just that one Men's by salon page for all the salons, but bear in mind we only had a couple back then. And then we wanted to obviously do like targeted ads and things like that. So then Glenn created Men's by Ireland, and obviously that was about a year into opening the salons.
Okay.
So I would say you have like Nottingham and Leicester as 2 separate, just so you can target both those markets, like if you want to do ads and stuff. I need to get a Men's by Nottingham logo made, basically.
It just needs that Nottingham word, basically.
Yeah, it's true, and then everything's done. Yeah, fine. Great progression. That's the thing. If you can see, like,
bro,
you can see all these things and where you can get it to, and knowing that full well that we got it there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's no other way. You can't just say, "Oh, let's just give up and do something else." We just need to work getting back to where it is. So, talk to me, mate. What's it like?
Drumcondra,
Yeah.
brand new shop.
Yeah.
Latest to the team.
Busy area.
Salons, yeah, great area, man. We had like, I think Brian said there was 18 walk-ins last Saturday.
18 walk-ins,
18,
yeah, nice. And we booked them all in, did we?
We got most of them in. I think most of them booked in for the following day or whatever, but most booked in, yeah.
That's good.
Lots
This
of
is us
students,
here, yeah?
lots of activity. This is us, bro.
Nice busy road. Is it the airport down that way?
Airport's that way.
Not far?
Not far, bro. Airport's not far. There's Brino.
Big Brino, yeah. Come
Good
on.
look.
How amazing is that?
Banging.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no. Yeah, well done. Good.
the 5 stores that we've self-funded the whole company.
Yeah.
We've essentially funded 7 fit-outs, like, you know what I mean, from the business. Like, so it's like, I think it's time now to almost use that base to try and push on with a couple of franchises. I think if we can do like 3 or 4 franchises, it really expands the brand in a faster way as well. Plus, I'm open to seeing what sort of partners are out there and willing to buy in, really. Yeah, George.
Perfect, just in time, yeah.
Just in time, look.
Yeah, fine.
There we go. Recommend us.
Decent. Dublin 9.
Dublin 9, baby.
How you doing? Are you okay? Good to see you, man. You okay, yeah? Nice hat.
Yeah, you'll like this, man.
Yeah.
Nice to have you here, Daz.
Nice to be here.
Yeah.
Amazing to be here, guys.
Sick. So, Daz, welcome to monthly staff training. A couple of special guests this month. Do you know, I was really excited for this trip because it's been a while since we've done something of this magnitude where the boys are here for a few days. Pre-COVID, like anyone will say that we used to have these trips quite frequently, really. We'd have staff trainings and all of that stuff, and it's been hard to get it back online since COVID, just with the hardship of everything that went on. But guys, what I really want to do today is just, first of all, introduce some of you to Sam and Josh. Welcome, Brenda.
For me, it's mad. Like, I don't have any clientele now, and I was doing, you know, once upon a time before Men's Spa even began, I was doing like 90 haircuts a week, 80, 90 haircuts a week. People messaging me, I had no room, chasing me. Now, I'm chasing people down the street asking if I can cut their hair for free. Where I used to have people asking to pay me and pay me more because I couldn't fit them in. But what we can learn from this is actually if we embed this in ourselves as a culture, whenever we're free, you know, what we're trying to gain from that is new custom.
It's funny, because I've actually got a similar story which relates to you two, right? Like when I first went to menswear, I think I've actually told this story before, but when I left Dublin originally, guys, all my clients were like my friends in my extended circle. So when I was trimming in Dublin, yeah, I was busy, but I had like lots of gaps, you know? And when I went to London, I remember just having no clients, no friend circle, no network. So I had nothing to lean into basically at all. And I was on a commission, so I had to actually, you know, eat. So I had to basically get clients or not get paid. So that extra pressure and that structure made me have a whole different mindset to how clients are. But I remember Sam saying to me, treat every client as if it's your only client. And I remember something just clicked. And it was like, when you look at 200 clients, it's easy to kind of broaden it and not look after all of them correctly. But if you've got that vision that actually each client may be your only customer, the way you treat that customer and the service and the relationship that you build with them is a much stronger one. So that's like my advice, guys, is never look at a client like a transaction. Look at it like a relationship. If you're building relationships with customers, that's where the loyalty gets created. That's where that weekly visit, bi-weekly visit happens, because they want to come and spend 30 minutes with you. Of course they want a good haircut, but ultimately if you give them the best haircut on the planet, but you treat them like crap the whole haircut, they aren't coming back, regardless of how good the haircut was.
I was doing someone's hair on one of the reality TV programs, Geordie Shore, a gentleman called Gaz. Very popular lad, and I put a little line in his hair, little quiff, and skin fade. And it became like a little bit of an iconic trim at the time. And that trim did not exist in Ireland, for sure. Craig messaged me after following Gary from Geordie Shore and said, come over and do my hair. And I was like, what? But then I thought, with my business mind, I was like, hang on a minute, I'll go to Ireland, but give me 5 or 10 people and I'll come. Before you know it, he rounded up all of his mates and said, I've got 5 or 10 people, would you come over to Dublin and cut our hairs? I thought, yeah, I would. And eventually I went to Susan's Academy, which is an academy that Glenn was doing his beginner course at, and I started to operate from there. And across the course of time, I was over in Dublin a few times over the year, and this was 2012 September, as we worked out yesterday, 2012 September. So eventually November 2013, directly a month after we started the Men's Spa brand on Company's House, we ran a little workshop, and Craig come onto the course, Glenn come onto the course, and we had Oliver Morehouse, who was next to me teaching, and particularly took a liking to both of these guys, particularly Craig because he had a little bit more experience and was becoming very talented. Now, I remember after that session, I had Glenn in my inbox on Twitter asking me for a job. Eventually, I think he popped me a message to say, look, I'm really serious about coming over. Can I come over and visit you and Sam? And this is when, 2014, we had the very first salon up and running. And eventually, I took it more seriously, and we actually were looking for someone. We never thought that it would be someone who would come over on a plane and come and live in St Albans, because like that stuff with our first year of business, it just wasn't a thing that was known. You know, we were just expecting local people to come and work for us as a barber. I said to Sam, I said, look, there's the gentleman over that has been on my course in Dublin wants to come over for a chat and see if he can potentially work with us as we were looking for new barbers. And I said to Sam, yeah, Sunday 10:30 he's going to land. He said he'd be here and stuff like that. And I didn't honestly think that he would come over. I thought maybe it was just hearsay. Anyway, I was working in the salon that day anyway, so I had nothing to lose if I was going to go and meet him or not. I was in the shop anyway. So eventually he called me, right mate, I've just landed. I was like, landed where? I landed in Luton. I was like, right, oh, it's Glenn. All right, gotcha, yeah, come down. And I remember ringing Sam and said, mate, the dude I was telling you about, he's actually here. Who? Glenn, the one from Twitter. Oh, right, yeah. Come down. So eventually Sam came down and he came over and we sat outside our shop on Stanhope Road and he, sat there with his black jeans ripped at the knee and I was thinking, big lad, isn't he? Big old boy.
Good memory, man.
Big old boy for 8.
Very good memory.
17? Were you 17 on that interview visit?
Trainers on that day, but I did own a pair of Doc Martens back then.
How old were you? Were you 17?
17, yeah.
17 on the visit?
Yeah,
you
I think so. I think I was 17 on the visit and then I was 18 when I moved.
Yeah, so 17 on the visit and I was thinking, this guy's a big man for 17, like, he seems, sturdy. Anyway, eventually he declared his goals and dreams with us and said he really likes the brand and has been following us for so long and really wants to be a part of it, and eventually his end goal is to come back to Dublin with a men's spa salon and operate from here. Which myself and Sam were very taken back. It was the first kind of ever time we'd ever heard someone with tremendous ambition and, saw things how we saw things. And it was obviously the perfect part of how we wanted to grow in our business, was to be aligned with people who share the same passion and are aligned with the same vision, like many of our directors today. And eventually we gave him a shot. He joined just after we went into our new unit, which is the flagship one we have now in St Albans, and he joined there in November 2015. I think it was, needless to say, written for Glenn to be operating with men's spa in such a way.
The words that you said, that I'm going to take it back to my hometown of Dublin, I remember it. And at the time, it's nice hearing people make these kind of statements, but it's like, cool, it's nice, I want lots of things, so we'll see. But the thing about Glenn, and the thing about the things that Glenn says, and the thing about Glenn's vision is everything that he's told me he's actually been able to do.
I think the thing that I am most happy about, or was most happy about when it started to evolve and Glenn had come over here, actually was the fact that Craig joined us. Eventually I got what I wanted. You know what I mean? So once I knew that was locked in, I was like, yeah, this is fantastic. This is going to work. Like, this is just there's blessings all over this camp. You know what I mean? And it just shows now with the partnership that Glenn and Craig have. It was just meant to be. Flat line. Now it's actually slightly more concave. When we push that out, okay, look how it levels itself. Okay, it starts to level itself, and now it appears to the eye of someone in front, it appears flat. And the reality is, it's not. There, it's standing out a little bit. It's going forwards. Okay, so the more we come up, the more we leave. Let's see how that reacts. Yep, a little further down. There you go. So I'm going to go from there. That's it. Again, look how the edges are very splintered. The last thing I want to do now is do that and give him a very solid edge. Okay. His whole look is based upon texture, not so much structure. Okay. So whenever you're thinking about a client, try to categorize them and think to yourself, what is their look primarily based upon? Structure or texture? What do we mean by structure? What's a more structured look? But in this scenario, I'm being conscious more so of the horizontal state because I want this to be flatter. Because before it was slightly like that.
I'm completely and utterly obsessed with meeting new partners that will have the men's spas, as you probably noticed. And my main focus for the company is obviously doing that, plus everything else, plus the product range, improving it, plus all the salons that we've got, plus the assistants, the managers, usual stuff, cool, that's there. Obviously, I'm still building systems and other people that can help me with that. So now my main focus is, my main intention is, all I want to do is speak to new people or existing people, most importantly existing people, about opening men's bars. And, you know, it used to be the case of a couple of people a year would do it, but now it's like, we've seen my inbox over the last 24 hours, there's like 4 or 5 people, kind of, not necessarily the right people, but inquire about doing it. And I had an amazing person yesterday that like, meets all our criteria, obviously has been trained by us, known us well, known us since the beginning, and then he now wants to change everything he's got into a men's bar. It's about getting your salon the best it possibly can be with the best possible team, and that's your main task at hand, which you're working on the Glen and the Midland, and improving them, and actually getting their standard even better, getting your standard even better, getting Crumlin's standard even better, getting Southland's standard, all of that. This is the foundation. That all needs to be patterned. Me and actually Jordan pick up on everything because, you know, he's head of brands, I'm head of brand in the sense of like making sure everything's still on brand. And I think we've both been like too silent amongst a lot of things in the company, and only recently I've actually decided it's only down to me to make these changes, and if I don't speak up and make these changes, I'm going to have to just feel stressed and not good. And I can't let those standards drop. We have to do that. We have to go up.
The more like someone like you or JD speaks about that to the likes of me, Glenn, the more we'll start and obviously, you know what I mean? And it's only through that experience of you saying like this, then we can kind of develop the other.
I go into the St. Albans salon early in the morning. Sometimes there's a little bit of wire that hangs behind the TV, the smallest bit of white wire. I'll take a picture of it and say, it's mine. Why is it hanging down? I've asked you so many times to get rid of it, and you'll come in and sort it out. But the smallest little thing that's not aesthetically pleasing needs to be changed. Like, otherwise, we're just a crap barbershop, in my opinion. Good. We had a good chat today about a few things, so let's start a new little feeling as well.
100%, bro.
Yeah? Nice one, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Keep me up to date with everything, with the floor and the ceiling, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then I'll stop talking about it. Take care, bro. All the best. See you soon, man.